continually hit the ball out of the park. Some time ago, the current Attorney General, during the voucher battle, decided that once again the law didn't matter and he was going to fire anybody who didn't agree with him. As soon as we saw who he wanted to fire, we said, that's the one. We knew a little bit about this person. We'd heard about her integrity and what she'd been doing, and she went to the Utah Supreme Court and kicked that thing. It was not easy to get her to commit as a young family, and after a long conversation on a Sunday evening, ultimately the words yes came from her mouth. The minute they did, it was 100% in. I present to you the candidate for the Democratic nomination to make the case for the Attorney General of Utah, someone who knows the law, Jean Hill.
I'm Jean Hill. I was born in Salt Lake City and I have lived here all my life. Went to college here, went to law school at the University of Utah. I've got 3 fantastic little boys and I've been married to my husband Ron for 16 years. I became interested in law in the 6th grade after reading To Kill a Mockingbird, and I found my first superhero, which was Atticus Finch. You know, he took on a difficult case. His life was threatened over that case, and still he stuck by it because it was the right thing to do. And I just thought, if that's the power of the law, then I want to be a part of that. We don't have any restrictions at all on the interest rate you can charge. I mean, what a fantastic state to be charging outrageously expensive interest rate on loans to people who can't afford them. You are preying on people who are losing their homes, who are having trouble making their car payments, and now you're charging them 10% a week interest on a loan without telling them all the fees that are also associated with that. And then you take them to collection agencies and they pay even more. And first and foremost, we need to advocate for some sound legislation to limit the interest rates on those loans. And the Attorney General can do that, because you do get the chance to tell legislators what laws are needed and what laws aren't needed. And we definitely need a law that will set a limit on interest rates. We need a usury law in this state. And pure and simple, that needs to be the first step. Your Attorney General should be willing to listen to both sides of an argument. That's what the Attorney General is supposed to do, and make sure that the best argument is made. I want to be the Attorney General because I want to protect people, and we need to bring this office back to the people and back to being a watchdog for the public interest. I think there's a number of things we can do better. I think that ethics across state government and in the Attorney General's office is an issue. I think we have no limits on corporate contributions, and we have an Attorney General getting tens of thousands of dollars from corporations that he may have to defend the state against. That's a conflict of interest, that's an issue. I think we have a very different opinions on payday lending in this state. I don't think that payday lenders are good for this state. I think that they prey on people, and I think the Attorney General, as the person who protects the public interest, should be protecting people from predatory lending practices, not encouraging it and taking trips to the Bahamas on behalf of those industries. I think that we have lost balance. Our legislature is overwhelmingly Republican, our Attorney General is Republican, our governor is Republican. There's nobody presenting the other side of any issue, and we need to change that in order to have balance and to have sound legal opinions. I'm ready for this office. I have been defending the public interest in public education for 9 years. I'm ready to go out there and defend more of the public interest, to protect people, to protect civil rights. I'm ready to go out and meet with the voters, talk to the voters, find out what their issues are that have not been addressed over the past 8 years of our current administration. And I'm definitely ready to win this race. And I hope the people will put their trust in me, and I look forward to being your Attorney General come November 4th of this year.
To nominate our candidate for Attorney General, That's about what I thought. To nominate our candidate for Attorney General, someone who knows what it takes to be the people's lawyer, former Attorney General Paul Van Dam.
In 1988, I was on the ballot to run against David Wilkinson, who'd been a two-term Attorney General of the state of Utah. Sound familiar? Well, David Wilkinson had kind of evolved into the same thing that the current Attorney General has evolved into, a figurehead who kind of enjoyed the salary, enjoyed the publicity, and had kind of learned to do nothing. So what we need now on this slate, because this is a powerful office, this is an office that makes a difference. This is an office that represents the state government and many of the other entities of state government, but mostly this is an office that represents the people of the state of Utah and can do a great deal in that. Jean Hill has demonstrated that she has all the qualifications, that she has the knowledge, and that she has the fire to be the kind of Attorney General that we need in Utah again. The example that she set on that very, very important voucher fight that went on last fall is an example that we can look to inspire us to take the energy that you bring here today, to continue that energy on into this campaign and be the kind of a candidate that we need. She did indeed kick the current Attorney General's butt. I mean, she did indeed, by doing that, get fired as the Assistant Attorney General. Now I want you to help us to bring her back from her position as having been fired to the one who hires. I am proud to nominate as the next Attorney General of the state of Utah, Jean Hill.
And no candidate